Hello friends, welcome to this video session on Bama's Karukku, the explanations of the chapter 5. In this video, we are going to continue the discussion of Karukku, the autobiographical novel of Bama. So this discussion is also part of the paper Compulsory Foundation Course in English, the 4th semester English language paper for BCA and BSc course at Mangalore University. Welcome to today's video discussion. This video we are going to see Bama's recollection of her childhood, and through her childhood memories she is trying to contribute something to the formation of Dalit identity through Karukku. She recollects the games that they played, and she tries to say or tries to prove what particular examples of recreation elements they had in their childhood. So we can see the first aspect of recreation was actually games they played. In the last chapter 4, we came to know that childhood of Bama was filled with household responsibilities. She was a precarious child, taking a prominent, performing lot of duties, taking a very prominent role in running the family affairs. Along with that, they were able to enjoy some part of their childhood through games. Those games are recollected here. We see, therefore, games were the only source of recreation or pastime. So, see the word pastime. Originally, it is pastime. We Indians often use the Indianized usage of time pass. The native English usage is for time pass is actually pastime or pastime activity. So you can see for pastime activity or for recreation or entertainment, they used to play games. They played games together without any distinction of gender. That's the beauty of childhood. You can see in childhood, just imagine your own primary school days, these boundaries, the gaps that we have that we see as we grow up were not there. That was there in early childhood of Bama also. There was no distinction of gender, male or female. That kind of gender distinctions were not. They all mingled together. The frequent games were like this: 2-3 boys playing the role of the Naikars, and the rest called them Ayya, acting as their Pannayal. You can see the imagery, the surrounding that they had itself became the food for game. Children were attracted to those things which were not there, not part of their life, right? I mean, they cannot become Naikars or they cannot play the role of a landlord. Therefore, in the game, they used to enjoy it, right? You can see the playing the role of Naikars, and then there are others who are playing the role of Pannayal. So, as servants who are leaders who look after the farming work. Then it continues like this: the farmer humiliating the latter and making them work in fields all day, finally going home collecting the wages. Very interesting observation, because what we say, child is the father of man, is written by William Shakespeare. Sometimes the innocence and the innocent remarks and reactions of children do reflect or do indicate the reality of life. This is exhibited here also, because Bama's company used to play the game where the one who played the role of the Naikar used to humiliate others, and others had to work as per his command or her command. Then finally going home collecting their wages. That was the thing practiced. Game of keeping a shop was the second game, another game. The boys pretended to be the Nadar, Modalali, his name was a Nadars used to own the shops, right? So there was a Modalali, was a Nadar who used to own the shop there. The boys acted the role of that Nadar named Modalali and managed the shops. Others bought the grocery, paying the tile money. They had tile money, made up of broken shards of mud pots. They were mud pots and they were broken, so the pieces of that they are used as the currency for them. So you can recall your own childhood. Really beautiful. These memory or incidents of this memory are really beautiful, because that's what we see that Hindi poet says, बार बार आती है मुझको मधुर याद बचपन तेरी, गया ले गया तो जीवन के सबसे ऊंच क्षण वो मेरी. So in everybody's life it is सबसे ऊंच क्षण. The most happiest part of our life is of course childhood. You can see that in the recollection of Mama's childhood also, that they enjoyed life because there was no running with the time. I mean, what we run today along with time to meet our all requirements, that never happens in case of children. So of course today's children are a bit different from that. They have homework, they have strict timetable. Of course this online era where children are very much exposed to online classes also, they become, they are excluded from these experiences which were accessible to people like Mama in earlier days. Of course many of us have enjoyed our childhood like that. So we can see, other than that, they go to the lake, bought clay to shape into pots, pans and dolls to play with. So that was another game, right? Is going to the lake, and they also brought clay to shape that, right? That was a thing. And in the next part you can see other games that they used to play, giving circus shows. Yeah, they were familiar images, right? The familiar things for Mama in her childhood, and the circus shows. Then there was Kutu, or folk theatre performances, and they also danced. Sometimes they did the dance, did a kummi or folk dance. Sometimes they played at being nuns and priests' role. So a variety of things you can see here. What does these things indicate? How active and talented those children were. If children do a lot of activity, that means they are creative, right? That creativity was there in those children. If you divert that creativity towards right path, what would be the result, right? They can achieve anything. So that means all these activities indicate children like Mama, many in her own company, or her own, in her circle, or in her peer group, or in her age group, had lot of talents. Were they given right support? Were they able to grow up like Mama? These are the questions that we have to think of now, right? Then, so as a next part you can see another game, that is marrying and settling off a journey. What grown-ups do, that is imitated in their games. The husband coming home drunk, hitting his wife. See, reality of life is reflected in the children's game. How the games played children represent the hazards and the social problems faced by the community then. So these children pursued those things very clearly, and they acted that in their game. The games of the children is a kind of critique of those practices and that evil system existed then. So then the police arriving and beating him up. You can see the husband hitting his wife after drinking, and police arriving and beating him up. The games change as they grow. Yeah, time passes and the change too appears, right? Because we see, as even the Bhagavad Gita says, change is the only constant thing that we see. So change continues, change happens all the time. And they then started going to the lake and to the well to catch fish, with the boys to collect the wild manjanati or koduka fruit. They used to go to collect that kind of fruit. I think many of us are not familiar with these fruits because they are particularly available in village side of our country. So then older girls would play dice games, hop and catch games, or other indoor games with tamarind seeds and pebbles, board games and all that, right? These are the different games they played for recreation. The boys had own games also. They have catching games with sticks like pick up the sticks game, and spinning tops game, marbles game. So different games that boys used to play. Even among the games also, some gender related games were also there. You can see boys played these games where their support, in order to support their physique, right? The games were also planned like that another. So then played kabaddi as well. Yeah, they played kabaddi game as well. Sometimes returning from the church, they would play late into the night before sleep. Yeah, that's how they involved in kabaddi. And children who had their, of course, you can see what is interesting about kabaddi game is It's a kind of game which supports our even breathing practice. On the other hand, it doesn't require any kind of probably instruments or equipments or any kind of thing, right? Any kind of object. Like cricket requires bat, ball, stumps. Such kind of things are not necessary for kabaddi. That's interesting. Anybody can play in. Therefore, village side, kabaddi is a popular game also. So children used to play. Children who had their baby brother or sister lull them to sleep. There was a responsibility. There was responsibility of making their younger brothers or sisters sleep, and then they come and join the game, carrying sometimes petromac lamps in procession. That the grown-ups do that during festivals, right? They carry petromac's lamp in the procession, and others follow, making toy chariots. They used to make toy chariots and of dried maize sticks, carry them around in procession. A few walking ahead and others following with lamps. These were the way procession went ahead, banging the drums made of cattle membrane and skin. So that's how they even acted the procession. And it was also a part of their game. So likewise, whatever grown-ups did, children observed very curiously and carefully, and they followed it. Right? That you can see here. That's the common quality that we find among children, that they grasp the things what grown-ups do. Therefore, grown-ups have to be careful in their behavior when they are in front of children. So walk till the shrine of Saint Sebastian, put down the chariot there, and with a smirk on their face, they would have a lot of fun. Yeah, smile and enjoyment was there, part of them. So some old people laugh at them. Yeah, sometimes it is true. The games played by the children, it's a source of joy for grown-ups also, right? That's why they laugh at and tease them, while others would follow them, ranting and raving away the din they made. Thus, the games that the played were part of happy memory for Bama. So children from other communities went to cinema also, but from their communities only men, mostly younger fellows, went. Here also you can see women were not allowed to go to the cinema. There was some forbidden, they were forbidden to do that. I mean, there were strictures on that, right? Strictures on that, social strictures on going there. So men were free compared to women then. They were allowed to go. That's the other thing. Other community in the sense, those who have money and can afford to do it. And women were not allowed to go to the cinema. That's we observed already. It was said that the boys from other communities would pull them about. That was a belief, that they would be pulled by some other boys, right? Boys from other community. Therefore, girls were not allowed to go. When a girl grew up, no more play. When they become grown up, then no more play. They had to go to work during the day and come home and see the household chores, nothing else. Yeah, this line can be a testimony for the feminist note that Bama gives here. For a girl, for a woman, her work doesn't end at the workplace. She comes home and she does the household chores again. That we can see as a girl, she has to perform double duty day and night here, right? You can see. Then now even the tiny ones cannot play, as they go to work at the matchbox factory and work till sunset. That's the situation already introduced to us, how children become gradually part of child labor, and they work in matchbox factories and cracker factories nearby, and they go early in the morning and return late night working somewhere in the factory. I think I can recall the days of 19th century industrial England, where you have chimney sweepers example, right? So we have the poem Chimney Sweeper, for example, where Blake makes William Blake highlights the way chimney sweepers were part of that. Even in Dickens novels, you can see how chimney sweepers or children become victims of child labor, right? So that's why you can see people watched it, right? They played the young men, the children went there, and men played Silamban, creating a fence of long staffs, and the young men would get together for a kabaddi game, and people watched them all and enjoyed the games played by them. Thus, games become the part of recreation. All right. So, because they didn't have money, they did not devoid of, they were not, they were not devoid of any recreation. Yeah, if they had money, you see, as we see today, television is part of our everyday. Every house. It's in every house as sort of a kind of recreation. So people say idiot box and all that. Still, it's a source of recreation. But people living in such communities where poverty-ridden state, they cannot buy television or go for some other means of recreation. The play that they had, the games they had, the folk activities they had, these are the source of the joy and recreation and enjoyment that you can see. So men therefore here sitting under the trees played even cards and gambled for money. That's the other thing, gambling for money. Playing cards was there among the men also. Thus they had different activities to enjoy. Then also there was another important activity that was part of the recreation. That is, there was a great ball like stone near the community hall called the youth stone. The youth stone, because youth, it's the young people used to go there. The young men would lift it to demonstrate the strength. Yeah, it was young men lift that youth stone and demonstrate their courage. There was a youth stone. Then we see, other than that, in the old days there used to be a jallikattu or the bull chasing. Yeah, you heard of recent issues related to jallikattu, banning of bull chasing and all that. So you can see it was part of Pongal season. Yeah, game played during a folk game played during Pongal season. Now it has been banned because there were oppositions that it was against the ethical treatment of animals. Then anyhow, PETA is there, PETA, People for Ethical Treatment of Animal. They even support the cause of treating animals in a fair manner. Of course, animals do have life, breathe. We shouldn't make them suffer. That's true, right? So there would be a kabaddi matches during Christmas and Easter times involving teams from different villages, and great crowds gathered and enjoyed it. That's the other thing. Kabaddi games played during Christmas and events like Christmas, Easter. They provided a forum or a platform for exhibition of talents in game. Therefore, right? During both the occasions, either it is Christmas or Easter, they would set up mic sets with loudspeakers, calling them radios. The radio was not the one transistor radio we had, but it was a mic set that they called it as radios. There were mic sets, installing mic sets in the village during the occasion of Christmas and Easter. And while nobody in the village had the actual radio, actually there was no radio. Radio wasn't there. Murphy National Radios never entered their community or their place or their village. But the mic sets were considered as radios because they had heard of the word radio, right? The children enjoyed these mic sets, right? They were fond of these mic sets. They enjoyed the presence, the arrival of the mic sets, and the boys even helped the mic set man to carry the radio and played the mics. That's how people enjoyed as a source of entertainment. This arrival of mic was a big thing that supported their entertainment. Bama longed for it, right? But never got a chance to do it. She also longed to participate in use mic and be a part of that installation of mic. But she was not able to do that. It was only the boys who were part of that. Anyhow, thus different elements of entertainment is discussed here. Bama takes up different elements of her childhood memory as a sort to prove the source of entertainment or different types of entertainment practiced among her community, men and Dalits in India, right, particularly. Thus, a kind of attempt to build identity of the Dalits is made here. So her childhood observations are about how people had their own moments of joy, right? Therefore, despite the pangs and sufferings, they had their own sources of joy that is evident through this particular chapter. This part of chapter also exposes the lifestyle of Dalits in the village, and it definitely makes an attempt to give them an identity through literature, right? Thank you for watching. We will discuss the remaining part of the chapter 5 in the next video. See you.